Hello, Roxanne Wheeler back with discussion board number 2 on the video of the state of inequality. This video was a huge eye-opener in many ways for me. I believe that awareness is definitely the key in bridging the economic gap here in North Carolina between the rural communities and the urban communities. I'm reminded of the lyrics to the song Fancy that was reproduced by Reba McEntire, originally written and performed by Bobby Gentry back in 1969. Born and raised in a very low economic home in rural Louisiana, Fancy recollects the sacrifices she was forced to make so she could have a better life. Well, the story of Tasha Hampton in the video, while it didn't take the same turn as in the song, it's definitely relatable to the lyrics. Unfortunately for Miss Hampton, she has been unable to climb out of the poverty-stricken life she was born to. There are thousands of Tasha Hamptons working day and night around the clock in the same never-ending vicious cycle. I will always remember my very first week in college at Virginia Intermont College in Bristol, Virginia. Now, Bristol, Virginia is not a huge urban area, but it is a city in northeast Tennessee that was about an hour to an hour and a half from my small hometown of Big Stone Gap in the mountains of southwest Virginia. Most of the residents were from affluent, privileged families from from urban areas, and I will never forget my first week there. A lot of the people that I met had very little experience with life of a rural person or life of a mountain girl is what I call myself. And I recall the fascination that they had and the questions they had regarding wearing shoes and the use of indoor plumbing. One of the self-stigmas that stood out to me in the video was Miss Hampton's self-defeating thoughts that she doesn't have the capability to further her education and improve the quality of life for herself and her children. I believe that people do get stuck in their day-to-day lives wearing blinders, making them incapable of seeing a way out, believing their own damaging thoughts of failure with little to no hope. With an ever-increasing technology-driven economy, the rural community is often left out in left field. The statement made by James Johnson, the econ professor, "The new normal is certain uncertainty," it resonates with me as I do see this type of thought processing on a daily basis in the stories of my own children and their families at the school where I teach. And the question posted by businesswoman Michelle Gathers Clark, how do we solve this as a capitalistic society? Well, I believe this is a revolving question that seems to be rhetorical in nature, sadly enough. As with the story of Miss Gathers Clark, I believe that her story represents a very small percentage of those who do escape from life of destitution. She was fortunate and she was very blessed to have strong supporters in her life, and that they had great positive influences having a huge impact on her successes. Being from a rural area has many strengths, in my opinion, in that people, they do learn to support one another and they truly take care and look out for their neighbors. Rural area living has and continues to produce hardworking, family-oriented individuals with a respect for what they have in life and what they've been given. They don't take it for granted often. A person's faith is often also a source of strength for families such as Miss Hampton. Behavioral health practitioners, I believe, can utilize the strong faith and dedication to hard work as a foundation for change in public and personal perceptions of rural communities. The mental health professional community can help improve many of the stigmas and empower people who have or who are close to giving up in their lives. The better informed, the clearer the light becomes at the end of the tunnel for many. While this will certainly not eliminate stigmas associated with rural living and poverty completely, I do believe that it will certainly help reduce them. And I believe we can have more outcomes like Mrs. Gathers Clark. But hope must be instilled and kept alive in the hearts of people in the rural communities. Thanks.